So, welcome back, Navi owners and modifiers. Just got done checking out the new Chimera starter cover from Steady Garage. Just finished test fitting it. This is basically, super bright light, this is basically what they look like originally. Kind of gold and get kind of dirty and filthy looking because of lack of fender for me. I don't have a rear fender on the bike, but just want to show what it looks like after the install. To install it, it's super easy. It's got two 8mm bolts. It's got one here, and then it's got one on the backside back here that has a ground wire as well. These are the two bolts. I have not put them back in yet. I used a long extension on a little 1/4-inch ratchet with a little 8mm wobbly socket to get to the back one. The starter cover itself has a little set screw on the back side back here that you can't see once it's installed, that uses a 2mm Allen head. I use that and some blue Loctite to secure it. I'm gonna Loctite these two just to make sure that nothing rattles out there. I added a little bit of carbon fiber trim to cover up the remaining gold cover of the color of the starter, and I added a little bit of shrink wrap over the ends of the electrical wire, because they kind of show a little bit when you can see it. This one has a different air filter on it that's in the way, but you can see shows green, and then that red and white wire, and then there's a green wire on the back. I just used a little bit of carbon fiber fake vinyl that doesn't have any actual carbon fiber in it, because I don't want the thing to ground out to the power wire or anything, but it should be secured and not touching. So I just got to put these bolts back in, and this looks great. Some people are kind of hemming and hawing over about the price of it, but I think that for $79, $80, whatever it costs, I think that that's a very nice looking piece. I have lots of other red kind of jewelry bits on the bike as well from Chimera. I think it looks great from there as well. Obviously I have the filter removed. My filter will cover it a little bit, but I believe you can still see it pretty good from both sides. Might add a little light down there to shine on it or something funny, but I think it looks great. Again, I've got a lot of red Chimera stuff. I've got the Chimera adjusters. This is not Chimera, but it's just a little red vent cap. I've got some Password JDM hardware. Kind of matches my rear shock adjustments. More Password JDM hardware. I've got the Kitico red aluminum up there. Another Chimera piece. Another red Chimera piece. This piece is from ASV, but it's also from Steady Garage. I'm also kind of up in the air about this windshield. This windshield came on the second Navi, but I kind of like it on this bike. I want the black tinted one, to be honest, and I also want one that's not already scratched up and kind of filthy. Obviously I can clean it, but this one is super scratched up. Tell me what you think. Should I keep that windshield? Should I get another one for the Grasshopper Green bike? Which headlight do you guys like better? This one works really well, but this one came out pretty cool. I'm gonna do another version and fix the glue inside of it, because when you look closely you can see that it's kind of lumpy and bumpy looking. I don't really like it, so I'm gonna get another one. I've ordered another Navi headlight. They only cost $8 to buy a whole headlight, so if you want to buy one to cut up and put a projector in it, they really aren't that expensive to experiment with. But again, that's what the original starter looks like. I think that it's pretty visible. It's not hidden in there really well, so I mean you can see it. Kind of looks kind of crappy in my opinion. I think that this, especially with that little added carbon fiber, you can buy those rolls of carbon fiber for like, I don't know, $5 or $10 for as much as you're gonna need on eBay or Amazon, wherever you want to buy it. But I've got other carbon fiber on the bike, so I feel like it matches the fake carbon fiber that came on the bike as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. Still waiting on the floorboard pieces for Navi numero dos, but I've got more parts coming in today. My seat cover should show up today. The risers to make these handlebars a little bit more functional, because I went with the super narrow ones on this bike versus that bike. They're a little wider, but everything is kind of coming along. But that's the newest update, and I am super duper happy with that. So I'm just going to put those two little 8mm bolts back in it. And basically you have to take those bolts out and the whole thing pops out. Take this out of the way. So super easy to install. You literally just take the two bolts out. Like I said, there's a ground wire on the back right there that goes to the other 8mm bolt. But you just pull it out, and then because it does go into that little hole and it is geared or toothed or whatever you want to say, and it's got that little O-ring on it, you just kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit to put it back into place. But you do have to remove it, because I was not able to get this to slide over onto the actual starter to install it. So I did have to take out those two 8mm bolts. I encourage anybody, anytime you're messing with electrical stuff, removing ground wires, or messing with anything that has a hot power wire to it, I recommend disconnecting the battery. I just pulled the ground wire off, even though I didn't mess with the power wire or expose it in any way. It's just one of those things to where if that were to touch something, it could cause more problems that you don't want to deal with. So that's where we're at today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, share the video, remix the video, show it to your friends, post it on your page. Post it, say you made it, take credit for it, I don't care. Just share it. Thanks, buddies. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Goodbye.